Yo, what's up, my fellow Tractophiles? This is the BattleBorn show, and today we're gonna figure out exactly how we get Traktor to work, at least the S4, the first model, to work with Chew.tv. Now, as you can see, I already have OBS open. That's the broadcast software I use, and you can also see that I have levels. How do I have levels? Well, there's a little buddy that we have. Um, I like to call him Edcast. And as you can see here, he's reminiscent of Oddcast. And that's what we used in Winamp. And as you can see, I've got levels. And I'm also using the stereo mix. There's absolutely nothing that's recorded here. So what we're going to do is, just so you can see, my Traktor is connected. Again, I'm only using stereo mix. Now, let's just minimize Ed there for a moment because we're going to need him. And I'll explain why in a minute. Make sure he's there. So, what you're going to do is you've already chosen to start your new show. Obviously, there's no signal. Your server URL, you're going to go into Open Broadcaster, Open Settings, Broadcast Settings. FMS URL is your server URL. Your server name, just like I copied it, just click on copy. You come right back down to your software. You can double click and paste. It's that simple. And I love it. Just being honest with you. Uh, Save changes always. Now, video, I like to set mine down to about half size, just because I hopefully I don't get pixelation on the other side. That's really what I'm looking for. I want the audio, but if you are looking at me, I don't want to be pixelated. Now, the most important part of this comes out of the desktop audio device. And as you can see, I use my speakers, which are my Realtek, and then my microphone I've got set to default. Now, those of you who are wondering, I'm using an Acer Aspire V5 laptop, and I'm also using the Perception SR45 with my Xenix 502 powered mic. So I'm actually using an external mic, and I don't need my other mics. So for microphone, I just chose default because it's just going to pull the information anyway. And I click OK. And you see we still have the levels there. Now, what I also like is the fact that we have, if you want to do a quick test, once you go live, and I'm going to use my phone for this, there is a website. All you need to do is type in that URL, and I'm doing that right now. And if you want to follow along, you can too. But you know, at this point, I figure if I spoke just a little too fast, now's a good time to go back and catch up on a little bit of what I said, because I'm about to change the game on you just a bit. And it's something that it seems like it's always going to be here and it's never going to go away. The reason I say that is, again, I'm using an Acer Aspire, not a Mac, so I don't have the option for a line in. So my mic and my speakers are the exact same thing. So that's why I'm using the external mic. That's why I'm using everything the gear that I do. So again, This may not work for you, but this is what I do for me. I run everything through my regular house speakers, so to speak. Now, where did I get the stereo mix from earlier? Some people have no idea where it is, how to get to it. As you saw right here, speakers, right click, come to recording devices. There's my stereo mix. The reason you don't see it is by default. Right click it, tell it to show everything, and you'll see it. You'll also see that it's got default device under it. Again, this is why you're able to hear my voice without actually anything being connected right now. And now you can see where I'm using my speakers. And that is where the stereo mix comes in once again. So what you want to do, and like I said, this is where Edcast comes in. You can use OBS, but unless you've got it hooked up a different way, Edcast will actually capture it and shoot it over, and you can hear it. So how can we verify that? Well, there's only one way to know how. So what we're going to do is we're going to start us some music. And I like to start it just a little bit early. And then we're going to come over. We're going to hit start. Now, our no signal, there we go, automatically goes to signal because it now sees signal. Now I'm going to hit go live. Now, at this point, you should be able to hear the music. You hear me coming through, hopefully. Now, as I said, I'm going to go to my phone, and I'm going to go to the same, I'm going to go to my test site that's set up. Now, if you're doing this off your mobile phone, now I'm not using the app. I actually typed in the URL. So you've got chew.tv and you've got a play button. And if you can still hear in the background, I've still got the music going, but I haven't clicked anything on the phone until now. And it buffers. Traktor set up? Good question. The last thing I'm going to show you, and the last thing you need to know, audio setup, I set it up as my speakers. Like I said, I like to have it come out, and I like to use my speakers. My built-in sound card, of course, the same. That's all I've changed. And as you can see, if I wanted to, I also have the ability to simulcast. It's just the flip of a switch. Again, you need to have the hardware and I thank you for listening. I hope this helps somebody. It helped me. I can't guarantee that it'll work for you, but at least for the Traktor S4, that's what worked for me. Holla.